channel. My name's Janine Regan-Sinclair, and today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about how Akashic Records affect our lives. And the words Akashic Records themselves is more of an Eastern terminology, but in the spiritual community, in the consciousness community, people tend to use it because it's the most common words to describe it. But some people call it the universal mind. Some people call it the Hall of Records, and basically it's similar to, if you imagine, a storage facility for everything you've ever done in this life, in previous lives, and anything you've ever committed to, contracts that you may have committed to. For example, we've all got contracts with people. Before we're even born, we set up contracts with certain people to meet them at certain points in our lives and to work through stuff from other lifetimes or lessons that we need to learn that they've come in to help us with and things like that. So there's lots and lots of contracts in there. There could be contracts that have committed you to certain work conditions, for instance, or even clicking on terms and conditions on social media is a contract and stuff like that. So all of these things can be cancelled in your Akashic Records if you know how to go into them. And there is an online course on my website, which in a couple of hours I teach you how to do that. And it's really easy, anyone can learn how to do it. So you've got things like contracts in your Akashic Records. Then you've got something called agreements. So you may have made agreements with other people in other lifetimes or even in this lifetime to do certain things. And they may be holding you back on some level, that there's an old agreement that needs to be cleared between you and somebody. Let's say that they're in your life in this life. And it could be a contract, an agreement with an ex-partner or something like that. And for some reason, they just won't go away. They keep coming back into your life. That means there's something there that still needs to be looked at. Now, if it's a relationship, for example, there may be something in your Akashic Records that are referred to as oaths, O-A-T-H-S, or oaths or dying oaths, or even something called blood oaths, which are a bit more restrictive in how they're cleared. But I do teach you how to clear them in the workshop as well. So you may have made an oath to somebody in another lifetime to love them forever and, only to be true to them and so on and so forth, or things to that effect, and people do it. And then in this lifetime, you may have met that person, you may have decided you want to move away from that person, but you can't move away because these oaths are binding you on an energetic level. We're all joined to one another energetically through grids of light that are invisible to the human eye. The clairvoyant people can see them. So if you've got something like that, it may be that you're trying to separate from this person and you can't separate from them. They keep coming back into your life because this oath in your Akashic Records is keeping your energy connected to their energy and not allowing you to go your separate ways. You may have sworn an oath to get revenge on someone. Or they may have done that to you, and that person comes into your life and is giving you a really hard time and you're not really sure why. Everyone's met somebody where almost instantly they don't like that person, and that could be something that's linked into something from a past life. For example, slaves' contracts with their masters. If we were in another lifetime where we may have been a slave or something like that. So those contracts, spiritual contracts, need to be burned and cancelled in your Akashic Record in order to free you up energetically from that person. So we've got things like contracts, oaths, agreements. We've got, what else have we got in there? We've got wishes. Everyone makes wishes at some point in their lives, and sometimes those wishes are not very good or not very wise, and those wishes go into your Akashic Records. So all of these things are like programs in your Akashic Records that are part of your consciousness, that are projected into your reality, and the world you perceive around you reflects it back to you, or brings those people back into your life over and over again until you've cleared the karma with them, or the agreement, or the contract, or whatever else there was in your Akashic records for you to work through with that person. And these things can be a nuisance if you don't clear them. They can really bind you to people for many lifetimes until you get over that contract or agreement or whatever else it is in there as well. So there's also something else called permissions that are in our Akashic records as well. And if you've given someone permission to access your field by saying things like, I'm always here, anytime you need me, stuff like that, that's actually giving someone permission to tap into your energy field and to use that to their benefit, and can be inviting in what people call energy drainers. I'll talk about them next time. So permissions need to be cancelled in there. And what else is in your Akashic records? You've got wishes, you've got permissions, you've got contracts, you've got bonds. So things that may have bonded you to other people can be in your Akashic records as well. And there may be other things in there for you to get back. Sometimes there's things from other lifetimes in there for you to get back. If you were involved in covens and things like that, which from the 14th to 17th century across Europe, there was a mass culling of people that were referred to as witches and warlocks and things like that. And there was a lot of witchcraft and stuff like that went on across the globe, actually. But if you were involved in things like that, there may be stuff in your Akashic records that is still binding you to those people. And there may be even body parts. They used to quite often cut their little fingers off and store them as a sign of commitment to their coven or group. So when you go in and you cancel those, you can get body parts back and stuff like that. Even things that maybe in another lifetime somebody may have had their one of their hands removed for various reasons, whatever that was. In some countries in the world today, they still will amputate your hand if you're caught stealing and things like that. So your Akashic records basically is a storage system that holds everything you've ever experienced, everything you've ever said, contracted, agreed to, anything that's ever happened to you where you've lost any parts of yourself can be in your Akashic records. And there's also something in there called your Book of Life as well, which is got various agreements and things like that in that you can go into if somebody guides you into your Akashic records, and you can see what's in your Book of Life. Sometimes you can get information from it. I've had people go into their Book of Life and take an energetic key out, which can be used to level up on a level of your consciousness into the next frequency bracket. So your Akashic records are really important to your journey through this lifetime, as not only have they got stuff from the past, but you can put stuff in there that you might want to refer to again in the future. You can go, as I said, into your Book of Life and get information in there. You can go into your Book of Life and check things like service to self, service to others, for instance. Most of us who are here consider ourselves light bringers to the planet, are in service to others on some level, but some of us have got that off balance, and they may be 80-90% in their Book of Life in service to others, when we need to be 50-50. We need to be service to self, service to others, or in neutral altogether. So they're things that you can go into your Book of Life and move the dial, if you like, visualizing the dial is on 80% instead of in the middle, and you can move that and reset it. And we learn to press the reset button and change programs and things like that. So there may be an old book in your Akashic records that's got knowledge in there that you've placed in there that you had in other lifetimes. That knowledge can be related to using flowers or herbs as remedies. It may be related to energy healing, all kinds of interesting things. So your Akashic records is something that's really worth learning about, looking into, And as I say, there is a online workshop, I think it's 2 hours, 2.5 hours long, in my website, and you can find the links below to the website, and look for the online courses in there. If this has been useful, please do subscribe and share it with your friends, and press the little bell so that you get notifications when I go live again. And hopefully I'll see you again soon. Have a fantastic week, and I will be back at my usual time, 7 p.m. Pacific, on Thursday with some more information. So have a good day, guys. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now. Oh, before I go, I just have one question. Has anyone out there found anything in their Akashic Records that I haven't mentioned in this video today? I'm intrigued to see if anyone's got something new to share. So please leave a comment. If you've already done the course, please leave a comment below, giving people some feedback on it, on whether you would recommend it or not. And if you have found anything in your Akashic Records that you'd like to share, please do leave a comment, and I'll do my best to get back to you. Thanks everyone, have a good day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.